Hey everyone, what's up? It's me Inaya Kausari and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be learning about JavaScript Arrow Functions. But before we get started, if you guys are new to this channel, then make sure to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell on so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. And also give this video a big like and yeah, let's get started. Now, what are JavaScript Arrow Functions? So an arrow function is one of the features introduced in the year 6 version of JavaScript. So it allows us to create functions in a cleaner way compared to the regular functions. Okay. So basically, the difference between an arrow function and a regular function is that arrow functions can never be used as a constructor function, but regular functions can be used because they are constructed. Okay. So now let's concentrate on how to create an arrow function. Okay. Yeah. So here in VS Code, you can see three regular functions written out. Now let's try to understand them and try to convert them into an arrow function. Okay, so let's start with the first one. So here you see function add, and then there are two parameters a and b, and then inside the body it says return a plus b. Now return is a keyword in JavaScript. So what it does is like it returns a particular value from the function. Okay, so it's the word itself. It returns a value. Okay, so don't worry, it's just we're just returning a value here. Okay, so yeah, returning the two values a and b and just adding them. So function add a b, return a plus b. Now this is just a simple adding function. Now let's try to convert this into an arrow function. So yes, we can do that. So let's just copy this and paste it here. Now in an arrow function you cannot cannot write the function keyword. It's like not allowed. Okay, so let's just get rid of it. And now we cannot just leave it like this. So what you can do is just assign a variable to it. So const, okay, const add 2, okay, because there's already one function there, so it will give an error. So add 2 equals the parameters, and then after the parameters you need to write down an arrow symbol, so equal sign and a greater than symbol. So here you go, you have a simple arrow function written now. So yeah, this is how you create an arrow function. Now you might be wondering, what if we try to make it shorter? Now yes, we can. Now in any function, either it is regular or an arrow function, if there's just one statement written down, we can absolutely remove the brackets. Now if now we can remove it, so let's just remove it. Now in an arrow function, if you remove the brackets, and there's like a return keyword in just one statement, what you can do is just remove the return keyword as well. Now why? Because JavaScript will know that in an arrow function, if you're just writing it like this, it will know that you are returning a value. Okay, so we can remove the return keyword, and here you go. You have a shortened and simplified arrow function written down. So yeah, this is how you write an arrow function. Now let's try to convert the same, like try to convert the second one into an arrow function too. So here it says function say hello, and then in its parameter it says name, and then console.log hey, and then the name. So the name could be anything. It could be John or Mary or whatever. Okay, whatever name you want. So return name. Now this is also a simple saying hello function. Now let's try to convert this as well. So copy this and yeah, paste it here. So as I said, we can get rid of this function keyword. So function, so const say hello equals name and then an arrow symbol. Okay, so here this is how you write an arrow function. Now here you can see like here you might be thinking, let's start to shorten it as well. Now here you see there are two, like more than one statement. There are two statements. So now you cannot remove the brackets. Now it will absolutely give you an error. That's why what you can do is like you need to keep it like this. Now, but here in the parameter inside these parentheses, there's just one parameter. And in an arrow function, if there's just one parameter, you can absolutely remove the parentheses. So it won't give any error. It will just work as it should be. But if there are more than one parameters, you need to keep the parentheses. And if there are 0 parameters, you have to also keep the parentheses. It's really required. Now yeah, this is how you write an arrow function, as I said. Now let's try to do it in the third function. So it might be a little complicated, so let me just explain it. Okay, so here in the third function it says set timeout function. Now you might be wondering, I've not created any function named as set timeout here anywhere. Okay, so what is this? So set timeout is a function like in JavaScript library. Set timeout is an inbuilt function. Now an inbuilt function is nothing but a function already created in the JavaScript library. So there are lots of functions which are already built in JavaScript library. Okay, so set timeout is one of them, and console.log is also one of them. So basically it is free to use. Okay, now here after that you see a function keyword, and then whoa, a function with no name. So you might not have seen a function with no name before, or you have, I don't know. But a function with no name is called an anonymous function. Now anonymous function is what I just told, like a function with no name. And yes, people do use it a lot of times, and people do use anonymous functions a lot of like callback situations. Now callback is basically a function inside another function as an argument to be executed later. So like argument, as I said, set timeout is a function, inbuilt function, right? So of course it needs argument. So inside this parenthesis what we call an argument, and then a function. So a function inside of another function is basically a callback. Okay, so yeah, function and then the parenthesis without so yeah, and then the brackets, and console.log executes after 2 seconds. Now as I said, I forgot to say you like what the set timeout function does. Now what a set timeout function does is that it sets a timer. Now until like it just until that reaches the time, it just works perfectly fine, and when it reaches the time whatever we have said, it just gets expired. It just works as like a timer. So here our set timeout is a timer for now. Okay, so after the console.log method we have something called as like something 2000. Now 2000, as I said, it's a timer, so we need some like time to say whatever this message. So what you need, so this 2000 is nothing but 2 seconds. Now if we change it to like 5000, it becomes 5 seconds. So this is like a timer function. Okay, so like if you want to see it in console, let me just show you guys. Okay, now here if you reload this page, after 2 seconds it executes the line, executes after 2 seconds. Like if you reload it again, 1 2, and then here you go, it executes just as we expected. Like it just works as perfectly like a timer, and that is really amazing. Okay, so now let's try to convert this anonymous function into an arrow function. Okay, so yeah, now we're not touching the set timeout as well as this 2000. We're just changing this function, the anonymous function. So as I said, getting rid of the function keyword, and then we are not assigning any variable to it because it's an argument, so just leave it like that. And then there are no parameters, so we shouldn't delete all the parentheses, but after the parentheses we need to add an arrow symbol, so equal sign, and then here we go, you have a simple arrow function. Now let's try to make it even shorter. Just as I said, like there's just one statement here, as I said, console.log. So remove the brackets and just make it into one line. Okay, so yeah, so here you go, you have a simple one-line anonymous arrow function. Okay, so arrow functions are mostly used in anonymous function cases. Okay, so anonymous function, as I said, they are mostly used in callbacks. So basically, if you need to write down an anonymous function, what you can just do is just write down a simple arrow function. It's just as easy as that. And as I said, if there are more than one statement, then you need to leave just as it is, and you shouldn't remove the brackets. So yeah, that's all for today's video. So I hope you understood this concept, and I hope I've cleared your questions. But if I have not, then feel free to comment down below. I'll answer your questions. Okay, so yeah, and I hope you also understood the anonymous functions, the return keyword, and whatever I just said here. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to smash that like button, and also subscribe to this channel and make sure and also subscribe to this channel and turn on this post notification bell on so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. And yeah, so now I'll meet y'all in my next video. Till then, take care and bye.